Do you want to gain a real insight into village life in Bulgaria? Chris and Claire arrived with the dream to go back to the land. Every day they waited for the shepherd, but in this remote corner of the Balkans, the past weighed heavily. This English archaeologist's fascinating account of rural Bulgaria blends back to the land adventures with snippets from Balkan history. Podgorica is an unforgettable place where time passes the old way. More than just the search for a new life, his story brings a unique outsider perspective to the question of identity and belonging. Welcome back, everyone. This week I'm going to be reviewing a book. We were so fortunate to receive a copy of Chris Fenton's book, Waiting for the Goats. And normally we don't do things like this. Of course, we're sent products and things like that to review. But I was just so astounded by the text in this book. And it really spoke to me as somebody who lives in Bulgaria as a foreigner. I know that many of you have bought houses in Bulgaria and you're waiting in England to come over here, so I thought that you would love to hear some excerpts from Chris's book, and I will leave the link so that you can go and buy it in the description below. And no, we're not taking any money from this. We just absolutely love Chris's story. This is just us supporting other expats in their endeavours, and as a writer myself, I just thought this was something that you guys can't miss out on. So Chris, if you're watching this, thank you so much for kindly sending us your book. One of the things that I love the most about his book is that it's really genuine, and some of the experiences that he's had are those of an integrated expat, somebody who has chosen to become part of the community and also take on the Bulgarian culture and really adapt the ways of village life. One of the coolest things about his book also is that he includes a map at the beginning, which gives you an idea, a visual idea of the village, so you can revert back to this when he's telling the stories of the different villages. And what an absolute precious gift for these people to have their stories immortalized in this book. So I'm going to read you some of my favorite parts of the book, and then you can decide whether it's for you. So there I was, one spring morning, delighted to be alive, walking across the bridge as the wind bothered the leaves in the poplar trees high above my head. The tree trunks were 1 meter across, and the bark, grey and coarsely indented like old elephant skin. This was where the goats walked every day. Another thing I love about the book is the history that Chris includes as well. Of course, the Ottoman Empire has had a huge impact on the way Bulgaria is today, in many unfortunate ways. As far back as Ottoman times, the village had been famous for its sheep and for the embroidered garments woven from local wool on household looms. The houses clustered around the polyani, which were small pastures where the flocks used to gather before leaving for the grazing grounds. One great thing about Bulgaria is also they have holidays every week, feels like, because we have lots of holidays tied to farming traditions and harvests. St. George's Day, Gergiov Den on 6th of May was the holiday for sheep farmers, with Todorov Den for horses 50 days before Easter. The folk songs reminded us to eat chickens on Petrov Den and fish on Nikol Den. When people in Popovo or Razgrad wanted a beast for slaughter, they drove to Podgorica to buy a lamb for the Muslim feast of Koksh Bayram, or a goat kid for Easter. At Christmas, some families spent the day pitching in to slaughter a pig in the yard. The traditional skills of subsistence had disappeared from the villages we knew in England, and it was difficult to live in the UK without finding yourself beholden to industrial farming. This part really connected with me. By shopping in Tesco, we were giving our money to billionaires every week buying meat and vegetables. We knew that British land was expensive, and the regulations made a nonsense of any sustainable plans to produce food from backyard pigs. So I won't spoil the rest of the book for you, but it's really a fantastic book. Again, it's called Waiting for the Goats. It's an account of village life in Bulgaria by Christopher Fenton, and you can find it with the link in our description below. Please comment if you've read it and share it with your friends and family who are interested in Bulgaria. It's really an absolutely delightful read, and it's not too long at all. Thanks for watching. Thanks again, Chris, for sending us this wonderful book, and I hope that this reaches a wider audience.